Good morning, students. Okay, so in today's class we are going to see exercise 2G of chapter number 2. Okay, so the first question is workout. So workout, these are fractions given to us, and this is just a revision of how we solve the addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay, so using this, the addition of subtraction of fractions which have numbers in them, we are going to use the same property to solve the fractions which have letters in them. Letters means when they have variables in them. Okay, so first let us have just a revision of how to add and subtract fractions. So the first fraction, the first sum is 5 by 6 minus 1 by 3. So these are two fractions given to you and they are subtracted. So how do we solve when there is, when there is a plus or a minus sign between two fractions? Then we first have to make their denominators together. We first have to see if their denominators are equal, and if they are not equal, we have to make them equal. So here you can see in this these two fractions, one denominator is 6 and the other is 3. So you have to make them equal. So how do we make them equal? We know that 6 is a multiple of 3, right? So if we multiply 3 by 2, we can get 6. So then this denominator, the denominator of the second fraction will become 6, right? So then if this becomes 6, this is already 6, so both of them will be equal. Okay, so to make them equal, that is to make them 6, to convert them to 6, what do I have to do? The first fraction is already 6, so I don't have to change the first denominator. Okay, then for the second denominator I have to change it to 6. So how do I change? I multiply this 3 by 2, okay, then it will become 6, right? So if I multiply the denominator by 2, I have to multiply with the same number to the numerator. So this also will be multiplied by 2, okay, and in this fraction we are not doing any changes. So this fraction remains the same. Only this is going to change, and this which we are going to find will be an equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction means when we divide the two fractions, when two fractions are equivalent means they are multiplied by the same number. The numerator as well as the denominator, if it is multiplied by the same number to a given fraction, we get an equivalent fraction. Okay, so this if I solve further, what do I get? The first fraction remains the same, which is 5 by 6, and the second fraction becomes 2 divided by 6. Okay, now you can see that both the denominators are same, which is 6. So now instead of two denominators, I write only one denominator for both, and the numerators, what are the numerators? It is 5 minus 2. So the numerator I write 5 minus 2. Okay, now I solve the numerator. What is 5 minus 2? It is 3. So I write 3 divided by 6. Now 3 divided by 6, we know that 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6, right? So this has become, on dividing, we get 1 by 2. So 5 by 6 minus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so this is the answer of this subtraction. Now we go to the second one. The second one is, there are three fractions given to us. In between the first two there is a minus sign, that means they are subtracted and then they are added. Okay, so for this we will, at one stretch we will make all the three denominators equal. So now here you can see that all the numbers which are given to us are neither multiples of each other, like 7 and 3 are not multiples of 4, 4 and 3 are not multiples of 7, or 3 and 7 and 4 are not multiples of 3. So they are not multiples of each other, in short. So what do I have to do in that case? I have to multiply, I have to find their LCM. So how do we find the LCM of a given given numbers? So my numbers are 7, 3 and 4. So we know that these numbers do not go in one common table. Okay, that means there is no number which can divide these all three numbers. So we write them as it is. So 7 ones are 7 and 3 and 4 will remain as it is. Then 3 ones are 3, 4 will remain as it is, and this 1 will remain as it is. Now we know that 4 ones are 4. So now we have got 1, 1, 1. So whatever we have got in the left hand side column. Here whatever we have got, whatever numbers we have got, those we have to multiply. So what is 7 into 3 into 4? 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. 21 into 4 is 4, 8. That is 84. Okay, so 84 is our LCM. That means now I have to convert each denominator to the LCM. In the denominator, I will write 84. Okay, so we have to check for each denominator that by which number, on multiplying by which number we will get the LCM. So let me write these fractions again. Minus 2 by 3 plus 1 by 4. Okay. Now we see that the first denominator is 7. So on multiplying 7, by which number will we get 84? By multiplying, see, we have to just leave 7 and take the other two numbers. Here multiplying 7, by which number do we get 84? If we remove 7, left is 3 into 4. So 3 into 4 is 12. So if we multiply 7 by 12, we will get the number 84. Okay. Why? Because we have to change each number, each denominator to LCM. Okay. So this 7 I have to multiply by 12. So if I am multiplying the denominator by 12, I multiply the numerator also by the same number. So I have to multiply 5 also by 12. Now we go to the next denominator. The next denominator is 3. So on multiplying which number by 3 do I get 84? So here if I see that if I leave 3, what is left? 7 into 4 is left. So what is 7 into 4? 7 4s are 28. So if we multiply 3 by 28, we will get 84. Okay, you can try and check out. So if we multiply this by 28, I will get 84. Yes. So here I have converted, this will be converted to 84 now. And as I have multiplied the denominator by 28, I will multiply the numerator also by 28. Now we go to the third denominator. The third one is 4. So which number do I multiply by 4 to get 84? So leaving 4, what is left? 7 into 3. So 7 into 3 is 21. That means if I multiply 4 by 21, I will get 84. Okay. So 4 into 21 is 84. So the numerator also I have to multiply by 21. So now let's multiply this and see what do we get. So we get 12 into 5 is how much? Let's do 12 into 5. 5 2s are 10. 5 1s are 5, 6. So 60. So 12 into 5 is 60 divided by all the denominators are now going to be 84. So no need to multiply. Okay. I mean multiply and see. So we know we have changed this to get 84. Okay. Now 2 into 28. What is 2 into 28? 2 8s are 16. 2 2s are 4, 5, 56. Okay. So 56 divided by 84. Then the third one will be 1 into 21 is 21 divided by 84. Okay. Now we have got all the three denominators equal. So in place of three denominators, I will write only one denominator common. Okay. Now I solve the numerators. So the numerators are 60 minus 56 plus 21. Okay. So what is 60 minus 56? 4. Okay. And 4 plus 21 is 25. So I get 25 divided by 84. And now this cannot be further divided. So we keep it as it is. So this is our final answer. Okay. So the solution of this addition and subtraction is 25 by 84. So in this way, this was just a recap of how we solve addition and subtraction of fractions which have only numericals. Okay. I mean only numbers. So these are just numbers. Now we see if we introduce variables also in it. So variables means those become expressions, right? So if we have variables in the fractions, then how do we solve? So it is the same thing. We just have to follow the normal fraction addition and division. The same rule as we do for numbers, but here only there are variables also introduced. So how do we do this? Now here you can see that 3a plus 2a by 3. So these are fractions. You would say that this is a fraction, but this is not a fraction. Okay, because it does not have a denominator. But if there is no denominator, that means the denominator is 1. Okay, so now this has also become a fraction and this is also a fraction. So there, first we need to make their denominators equal. So here the denominator of the first fraction is 1 and the second one is 3. So how do we make them equal? If I multiply 1 by 3, I will get 3 here, right? So then if this becomes 3, this is also 3, then they become both equal, right? So what I have to do, first I write the fractions 3a by 1 plus 2a by 3. So what am I going to do? I am going to multiply this 1 by 3 so that both the denominators become same. So if I am multiplying the denominator, I will have to multiply the numerator also by the same number. Okay. So now what does this become? 3 multiplied by 3a means what? We have seen. How do we multiply two expressions? Like these are the terms, right? So how do we multiply them? 3 and 3 we multiply together and the variables we multiply together. So 3 into 3 is 9. So I write 9 and there is only one a. There is no other variable which is multiplied to it. So I write only a. Okay. And the denominator will become 3 now. Now the numerator, the second fraction. The second fraction we have not made any changes, so it will remain the same. Okay. Now we have got both the denominators equal. So we write only one denominator, 3 for both. And the numerator, what is there in the numerators? 9a plus 2a. Okay. Now we see that the numerators are like terms, right? 9a and 2a both are a terms. So we can add them together, right? So 9a plus 2a is 11a. Okay. So I write 11a. Okay. And this, can we further divide 11 and 3? No. So we keep it as it is. So this is our final answer of addition of these two given fractions. Okay. Now the second one. The second one is again 3a by 4 minus a by 6 plus a by 3. So here these three are the denominators. We have to first, these are different denominators, right? So first we need to make them equal. So how do we make them equal? Take their LCM. Okay. So first I write 4, 6 and 3. So you can see here that 4 and 6 goes in 2's table, right? So I divide them by 2. So 2, 2's are 4 and 2, 3's are 6. But 3 cannot be divided by 2. So I write 3 as it is down. Okay. This is when we are finding LCM. Okay. This is the method for finding LCM. For HCF it is little different. Okay. So in this way we find LCM. So now we know that 2 ones are 2, 3 and 3 cannot be divided. So we keep them as it is. Now in the next step we can divide 3 by 3. So 3 ones are 3 and ones are 3. So what have we got to the left hand side? We have got 2 into 2 into 3. So what is 2 into 2? 4. 4 into 3 is 12. So 12 is our LCM. Okay. That means here each denominator has to be made equal to 12. Okay. So first I write them 3a by 4 minus a by 6 plus a by 3. Okay. Now 4 into what is 12? See, if you take this 2 into 2, 2 into 2 is 4. And 4 into what is 12? 4 into 3 is 12. So I have to multiply this 4 by 3. Okay. And if I am multiplying the denominator, I have to multiply the numerator also by 3. Okay. Now 6. Now 6 into what is 12? 6 into 2 is 12, right? So I have to multiply this by 2. Multiply the numerator also by 2. Now 3. For 3, 3 into what is 12? 3 into 4 is 12. So I multiply this by 4. Numerator also by 4. Okay. Now what do we get? 3 into 3 is 9a divided by 12 minus a into 2 is not a square. It is 2a. Okay. A into 2 is 2a. So we write 2a divided by 12 plus a into 4 is 4a divided by 12. Now we have got all the three denominators equal. So we write only one common denominator and the numerators we get are 9a minus 2a plus 4a. Okay. Now we see that in the numerator all the terms are like terms. This is also a term, the second is also a term, and the third is also a term. So we can solve these like terms together, right? So 9a minus 2a is 7a. 7a plus 4a is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we get 11a. So the numerator becomes 11a and the denominator is 12. And we cannot further divide this. So this is our answer. 11a divided by 12 is our simplified answer. Okay, so in this way we solve fractions having variables. Okay, now we go to question number 2, the third sum. Okay, now here you can see that the three denominators are 21, 7 and 3. So here you can see that if you talk about 21 is a multiple of 7 also and of 3 also. Okay, so here the LCM is going to be 21. If you find the LCM, you will get 21 only. Okay, because 7 and 3 both are multiples of both can be multiplied and we can get 21. Okay, so I write these fractions again. I write 5a divided by 21 plus a by 7 plus a by 3. Okay, so if our LCM is going to be 21, I have to convert all the denominators to 21. So the first denominator is already 21. So now we go to the next denominator. So next denominator is 7. So what into 7 will give me 21? 7 into 3 will give me 21, right? So I have to multiply this 7 by 3. So I multiply the numerator also by 3. Now the next denominator, 3 into what is 7? Sorry, 3 into what is 21? 3 into 7 is 21. So I multiply this by 7. So the numerator also by 7. So what do I get on multiplying these? 5a by 21 plus a into 3 is 3a divided by 21 plus a into 7 is 7a divided by 21. Okay. Now I have got all the denominators equal. So I will write only one common denominator, which is 21, and then I solve the numerators. It is 5a plus 3a plus 7a. Okay. So what is this addition? These all are like terms. These all are a terms, right? So 5a plus 3a is 8a. Then 8a plus 7a is 7, 14, 15. Okay. So 15a. So I get 15a divided by 21. Okay. Now this 15 and 21 can be divided, right, by 3. So I divide them by 3. 3 5s are 15 and 3 7s are 21. So what I get? 5a divided by 7. So this cannot be further divided. So this is the answer. Okay. So here in question number 2, we have seen all the sums in which the numerators were like terms, right? Here we get, when we solve this, when we take the denominator equal, we see that all the numerators have come like terms. Okay. This term was also a term, this was also a term, and this was also a term, right? So, but here in the next question which we are going to see, we will see that the numerators are not like terms. One will be a term, the other will be b term, or it would be a square term. Okay. So in that case, how do we solve? We will see. Okay. So the third question is again simplify, but it is little different from the second question. So the third question is again, there are three fractions and they are added. So as normal fractions we solve, what do? We first make the denominators equal. Okay. So here the denominators are 2, 5 and 2. Okay. So first I divide them by 2 because there are two 2's here and here. So I divide by 2. So 2 1s are 2 and 2 1s are 2. 5 does not get divided, so I write 5 as it is. Now 5 is left, so 5 1s are 5 and this 1 1 I carry down. So which two numbers I get to the left? 2 and 5. So I multiply them. 2 into 5 is equal to 10. So 10 is our LCM. Okay. That means each number, each denominator here has to be converted to 10. So first I write the fractions y by 2 plus 2x by 5 plus z by 2. Okay. Now to convert this denominator to 10, 2 into what is 10? 2 into 5 is 10, right? So I have to multiply by 5. This also multiply by 5. Here it is 5. So 5 into what is 10? 2. So this has to be multiplied by 2. Similarly for this 2, this has to multiply by 5 to get 10. Okay. Now we get 5y divided by 10 plus 4x divided by 10 plus 5z divided by 10. Now the denominators are equal. So I write one denominator and then the numerators which I have got are 5y plus 4x plus 5z. Okay. Now here you can see that the numerator terms are not like terms. They are unlike terms, right? One is y term, one is x term and one is z term. So we cannot write them or we cannot add them together because unlike terms we cannot add, right? So this remains as it is. So this would be our final answer. Okay. Now you can see that you can, if you want to further solve it, you can even do it till here, or if you want to further simplify it, you can see that 5y and 5z, from these two terms 5 can be taken in common, right? So if I solve it further, I write 4x first and then I write 5y plus 5z and then the whole divided by 10. Now if I take 5 common from both the second and the third term, then what is remaining? Y plus z divided by the whole divided by 10. Okay. So this also could be our final answer. Here in this step what we have done? We have only taken 5 which is common from 5y and 5z. Because 5 is common, that is why we can take common and then write the uncommon terms in the bracket. So this also could be your answer or this also. Okay. So both are correct. Now the second is 3x by 2 plus 5y square by 2 minus y by 4. Now you can see here that 4 is a multiple of 2, right? So 4 is our LCM. So we have to convert all the denominators to 4. So first I write all the three fractions, 3x by 2 plus 5y square by 2 minus y by 4. I have to convert the denominators to 4. So here 2 needs to be multiplied by 2 to get 4. This also will be multiplied by 2. Here this 2 also multiplied by 2 and this also multiplied by 2. And this we need not change because it is already 4. Okay. Now what we get? 2 into 3x is 6x divided by 4 plus 5 into 2 will be 10 y square divided by 4 minus y divided by 4. Okay. So now all the denominators are equal. Now the numerator. So now the numerators, what are the numerators? 6x plus 10y square minus y. Okay. Now here you can see all these three terms are again unlike terms. So we cannot solve them. One is x, one is y square and the other is y. Okay. So we cannot solve them further. So this will be our final answer. Okay. But if you see for the last two terms, you can see that y can be taken common from these two terms, right? So if I take y in common, if I remove y outside common, then what will be remain from this term? 10y, and from here minus 1 will be inside, okay, divided by 4. So this also can be the answer. Okay, this, if you solve till here it is okay, or if you want to further simplify it, you can write it like this. Okay, so this was the second sum. Now we go to the third one. Okay, now we go to the fourth question. The fourth question is again simplification, but these sums are a little bit different from the third and the second question. How? In the third question we have seen that there were variables in the numerator and in the denominator there were only numbers, right, in the third question. But here you can see that there are variables in the denominator also. In this sum there are variables in the denominator, and in this one you can see that there are variables in the denominator as well as in the numerator. Okay, so these sums, how do we solve? These are little bit different, but the procedure is again same. Okay, so yes, we see the first sum. The two denominators are 7b and 14b. Okay, So 7b and 14b, you can see that 14 is a multiple of 7. Okay. And the remaining b is there. So b and b is there in both the terms. Okay. Only 14 and 7 is different. So 14 is a multiple of 7. So if you multiply 7b by 2, let's check. If you multiply 7b by 2, what do you get? 7 into 2 is 14 and there is 1b, so I write b. So I get 14b, which is this, right? So if you multiply the 7b by 2, you can get 14b, and once you get 14b, both the denominators will become equal, right? So I will multiply the 7b by 2, okay, to get both the denominators equal. So first I write them. 2 divided by 7b plus 3 divided by 14b. Okay, I am going to multiply this 7b by 2. So the numerator also I multiply by 2. So what do I get now on multiplying? 2 into 2 is 4 divided by 14b plus 3 divided by 14b. Okay, now both the denominators have become equal, 14b, and the numerators are 4 plus 3. Okay, so what is 4 plus 3? 7. So we get 7 divided by 14b. Okay, now we see that 7 and 14 can be divided. So I divide. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14. So what do I get? 1 divided by 2b. So this is the final answer. Okay, so the procedure is again the same. Now we go to the second one. The second one, we can see that the denominators are also having variables and the numerators are also having variables. So what do we do in this case? And here the variables are different. In the denominators, the variables which are there are different. One is having a c and the other is a. So in this case, what do? We multiply each other we multiply them by each other. Okay, like I will multiply 5c to 4a. So what do we get? 5c into 4a. 5 into 4 is 20 and c into a is ca we can write or ac we can write. Okay, so this is going to be our LCM now, or we have to convert these denominators to 20 AC. Okay, so AB divided by 5c plus BC divided by 4a. Now I have to convert these denominators to 20 AC. So 5c multiplied by what will give me 20 AC? I have multiplied what to 5c? I have multiplied 4a, right? So if I multiply this by 4a, I get 20 AC. Similarly, if I multiply this by 5c, I get 20 AC, right? You have to just multiply them to each other. Okay, so here the numerator also I multiplied by 4a, and here also I multiplied this numerator by 5c, the same number. Okay, now what I get? 4a into ab is what? 4. There is only one number, so 4. Okay, a into a is what now? A into a is not 2a, it is a square. Okay, so a into a square, and there is 1b, so I write b. The denominator is 4 into 5, 20 AC. Okay, then the next one, there is one number 5, b, there is one b, and c into c. Similarly, what is c into c? C square, and denominator 20 AC. Now I have got both the denominators equal. The numerators are 4a square b plus 5bc square. Okay, now here you can see that b is common from both these terms. Okay, this is the first term, this is the second term, and both the terms are having 1b. So I can take b outside, and what is left? 4a square plus 5c square. Okay, divided by 20 AC. So this is our final answer. Once you remove something in common, if it gets divided by the denominator, you can divide. Okay, like here, if you would have a b here in the denominator, that b and this b would have been cut. But here there is no b, so this will remain as it is. Okay, so if this b or anything from the denominator is getting divided, you may divide it further. You can divide it further. Okay, but here it is not getting, so it remains the same. Okay. Now the third sum. The third sum is p by 3q plus 2q by p. Now here again the denominators are unequal, so we make them equal first by multiplying them to each other. Okay. So I write p by 3q plus 2q by p. So I multiply this denominator by the other and this denominator by the first one. Okay. So I multiply this by p, this also by p, this by 3q and this also by 3q. Okay. So what the first numerator becomes, p into p is p square. P square. And the denominator is 3pq. Okay. Plus 2q into 3q. Now 2 into 3 is 6. Q into q is q square. So this is 6q square and the denominator is 3pq. Now we see that both the denominators are equal. So further, how do we solve? 3pq p square plus 6q square. Okay. We see that nothing is common from here. We cannot see, remember, we cannot cut this p and this p or this q, one q from here and one q from here. Why? Because there is a plus sign in the numerator. That means this 3pq is for both p square as well as 6q square. If you cut one p from here and one p from here, you mean to say that this p was only for p square. No, this 3pq whole is for p square as well as for 6q square. So you cannot cut. If there is a multiplication sign, if there would have been a multiplication sign instead of this plus, you would have cut. Okay. But here there is a plus sign. Plus means what? It separates. Okay. What is separating? What is getting separated? 3pq is getting separated. To whom? To p square term as well as to 6q square term. So this 3pq belongs to this term also and this term also. So you cannot cut one term. Okay. So and if you separate the terms and then cut, you will again get this expression. Okay. So what we have done? We have solved it and come to one fraction. We have to write one fraction. So this is one fraction. Why one fraction? Because this whole is one term and this whole is one expression and the denominator is the other expression. So this is numerator by denominator form. So this is one whole fraction. Okay. So in this way we solve fractions which have variables also. That means the addition and subtraction of expressions which are in fraction forms. Okay. So this exercise is continued further. It has more 2-3 sums. It has word problems also. But we will solve that in the next class. Till then, for today, this much is okay. So we will meet in the next class. Okay, students. Goodbye.